Just as in word processing, one of the major powers of digital spreadsheets is our ability to copy cells. We can use the standard edit, cut, edit, copy, edit, paste command group to copy or move cells from one location to another. When we copy or move a cell containing a formula, the software automatically adjusts the cell references to cell references appropriate to the new location. That is, the formula is copied relative to the new location rather than exactly the same as it was where it came from. Let me briefly show you how that works. So here we have a formula that takes the row 2 hours worked, multiplies it by the row 2 hourly pay, and puts the answer in the row 2 gross pay column. If we choose copy and click here and choose paste, we see that we get a different answer. And when we look in the formula bar, we see that the formula from row 2, B2 times C2, has copied down to row 3, and the row number has adjusted relative to the new location. This really makes spreadsheets much, much faster. So again, copy, click, paste. Very quick. Let's just quickly format those. Add a decimal place. I don't want 3 decimal places. Okay. And let's come over here. I'm going to show you another way. So copy and paste is one way, but there's also another way to do it called autofill. Point to this black box at the corner of the active cell, and you'll see the pointer changes to a crosshair. Here's the white arrow. As I move over the black box, I get the crosshair. I can then drag down. When I drag down, that formula will automatically be copied and will be relative to its new location. So here in E2, we take D2 times 8%. Here in E3, we take D3 times 8%. Here in E4, we take D4 times 8%. We can do the same thing with the net pay. And you see how very quickly that adds up. Let's take the sum and drag it across. And you'll see that that works as well. This is now the sum of the range D2 through D4. This is now the sum of the range E2 through E4, sum F2 through F4. Again, we need to format these. In fact, a fast way would be to use the format paint. And there we have 2 decimal places for all those numbers. I just now want to talk about one final point about writing formulas in any spreadsheet. Spreadsheet software calculates formulas based on the standard mathematical order that you've no doubt learned in your math classes, but let's just review. The steps of calculation will be performed from the left of the formula to the right, and the first thing that will be done is any parentheses will be cleared. In the unlikely event there are any exponents in your formula, that's next. Finally, any multiplications and divisions, and last of all, addition and subtraction. The implication for you in this is that as you write your formulas, you have to take care that you're going to get the answer you're looking for. So let's have a look at how that might work. Here we have a spreadsheet with the average sales calculated twice. One paying attention to the order of operations and one not. So let's have a look. The first one is the one that gives us an incorrect answer. We can see by looking at these sales that we should have an average between 10 and 15,000, and we have almost 30,000, so we know it's wrong. Let's have a look at the formula and see what the problem is. Remember, the first thing that will happen is any parentheses will be cleared. There aren't any parentheses in this, so nothing to be done. Then the exponents will be cleared. Again, no exponents. Then any multiplying and dividing will be done. So what's going to happen next is C5 will be divided by 3. Then the addition will be done. So the entirety of A5 and the entirety of B5 will be added to 1/3 of C5, giving us this incorrect answer of 29,467. On this formula, giving us the right answer, we've written the formula so that we get that correct order of operations. So the first thing that will happen is the parentheses will be cleared. Therefore, the sales in A5, B5, and C5 will be totaled. Only when that total has been arrived at will that total be divided by 3, giving us the correct average sale. So as you write your formulas, just be aware of this need, and the simplest way to prevent errors is to look at your answers for reasonableness. Don't assume that it's right because the computer calculated it. As you can see, if you give the computer wrong instructions, it will follow them without complaint. So make sure your answers look reasonable before you pass them on.